Right now, we're looking at the elements and tags, right? So we're looking at the different arrangements that you can make with, you know, the elements, right? Grouping text together. HTML5 documents consist of an element, right? To better describe, to group your HTML document so your web page can come out how you create it, right? So it's a structure. And you have the tag, which defines the element. So you have the break element, the BR element forces a new line in the output, we know that. Then we have a new feature called the heading group, right? So it uses the hgroup element. So how would that work in code? Let's go into JFiddle code playground. Now we can go into HTML here. We have an HTML screen, CSS, JavaScript. So within the body, we can do a H group, right? H group, open, close. So now we can do a H1 and we can do practicing HTML5, and then we can do let's do H2, and we're gonna call it SS practice, all right? So we group that together and let's run it. And that's what it says now. Since that is grouped together, you can actually add inline style. The syntax for inline would be style equals. So it'll be a style equals, quote, color, colon, red, then you do the semicolon, closing tag, right? Now let's run that. Inline styles. Place the style properties inside the HTML5 element opening tag using the style attribute. You have internal styles and external styles, right? When you're grouping the text, you probably want to do, like before, you would go into style and you want to do, how about, let's do like an H group. Let's do an H group ID equals practice, right? So then we would do hashtag practice with an squiggly open bracket. Then we can do color, colon, let's do a green with the semicolon. Then we can do border. I like to play with the borders right as of now, but that's what I've learned to use. We can do border, and it typically goes like a 1 pixel. Then you can do, I guess, solid. Later on we'll find out some other, I'm sorry, solid, and we can do black, maybe. So we got green, black, all right, solid black, all right. Now we can run this, and we ID'd the H group, right? What we have so far. So we're using the H group, and then what we can do here is just add like some type of way to center this. But that's just an example of the H group, right? So we did an inline style, and we also did a tag. The ID attribute and class attribute. So you can apply the same style to all elements of a specific type in your web page by specifying the element name as the selector. If you want to apply the same styles to multiple types of elements, you can either list them as separate rules or group the elements together in the selector by separating the element names with commas. So these are the principles that we, to get started into like sort of kind of develop and grow and understand HTML and CSS. These are the, the fundamentals, the building blocks you have to kind of familiarize yourself with and work with, and you want to kind of start to be fluent with it, right? So that's why we're practicing. This is what practice is all about, and I'm sharing this with you guys. So hey, stay tuned for more. Stay tuned for the development and the process of learning HTML5, CSS3. Then we'll be moving on to JavaScript. I've covered HTML5, CSS3, and I've reached JavaScript. But before I get into JavaScript, I want to make sure I have the fundamentals down for HTML5 and CSS3. So I'm going over a lot of the basics of HTML, CSS3, and I want to get that down pat and show some examples of it, right? All right, so that was the H group. That's pretty much a new feature in HTML5. What we can do with that as well is use something like this. Maybe this will work. So mark. Created it there. Maybe if, let's try it. Oh, it already created. All right, so let's run it. It worked. So when you add a tag within the header, it would just apply that meaning to here. All right, so that's it for this video. And in the next video, I'm gonna do some HTML5 text level elements, right? So we're gonna mess around with some text level elements in the next demonstration. All right, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more HTML5 CSS3.